Dignitaries and dais, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Minister of Science, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, Dr. M. Ramachandran, Secretary MOS, Dr. M. Mohapatra, Director General, IMD, Dr. V.S. Prasad, Head National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, and my colleague Somasen Roy, and distinguished guests of the dais, friends and colleagues from the and members of the media and friends from various ministries. A very good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this landmark event. The dedication of the Bharat forecast system to the nation by our Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji. This is a moment of great pride for all of us at the MOS, as Bharat forecasting system is an indigenously developed forecasting system by the scientists at IITM. The primary mandate of IITM is to develop cutting-edge tools to enhance weather and climate predictions capabilities and hand them over to India's operational forecasting agency, that is IMD. Today marks yet another milestone in fulfilling this responsibility. Over the past decade, the collaboration between IITM, IMD, and NCEMA-WF INCOES have reached and deepened and matured. IITM has developed and delivered several models and handed over to the IMD in the last a decade or more. And also we have developed, IITM has developed several apps, websites to disseminate this forecasted information to IMD as well. In 2017, what we have done is that we have made India to join the allied group of countries using coupled models for making seasonal forecasts. Around the same time, IITM delivered a coarser resolution 25-kilometer weather forecast model to IMD, and within 2 years, the resolution of that model has been increased to 12 kilometers. So in general, if you look at around the world, to gain 1 day lead time in making the forecast, it takes a decades. Considering the challenges in predicting extremes events using the coarser resolution models, particularly rainfall events, IITM scientists have worked diligently to develop and deploy very high resolution models. But to picture, first and foremost is the HPC resources, and second is that running time to make this forecast is very longer. So it enabled us to run high resolution models at faster rate and with less errors. Staying true to its mission and co-development that has been done at IITM. Entirely developed at IITM, Bharat forecast system has been under experimental testing since 2022. It used to run on Pratyush HPS system, that was the older HPS system, that is 4 petaflops. It used to take at least 12 to 13 hours to make, then it is usefulness for operational purposes very limited. So after Mission Monsoon is launched, so we have obtained HPC resources at both IITM and NCEMA-WF, and we are able to now run the same model at within 4 to 3 hours. So that is the excellence achieved by again IITM scientists, and not only because of the HPC resources, the optimization on HPC takes a lot of efforts. A threefold improvement in computational efficiency is achieved within last 2 to 3 months. That's why we are able to today operationalize this model. So initial evaluations show that this new model Bharat forecasting system events prediction has improved by almost 30%. Earlier, even we are unable to get extreme rainfall events correctly in the models. Now we are able to get them, not only get them, also improve the prediction scale by 30%. Even cyclone forecasts have improved at longer leads by reducing the track and intensity errors. All these developments have been made possible by unwavering support of the Government of India and the Ministry of Health Sciences. Thank you, sir, for your appreciation to all our scientists, particularly scientists from short and medium range and CCCR, who have put in the dynamical core efforts, and all other groups who have put in to make the model run much faster. So this, not only people who have worked at IITM, the collaborators and supporting staff, whose relentless efforts have made this achievement possible. Bharat forecasting system is not just a technology milestone, but a symbol of India's growing occasion.
Thank you, Rao sir, for your insightful words and for
Dr. M. Ravichandran, Secretary, Minister for Sciences. Dr. V.S. Prasad, Director, National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. Dr. Surya Chandra Rao, Director, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. My colleague, Dr. D.R. Patnaik, Dr. Soma Sen Rai. Distinguished friends from various agencies at the central and state level, joining online and offline. Dear colleagues from NDMA, NIDM, MHA, Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, NDRF, and many other organizations involved with weather and climate services, including disaster risk reductions, socioeconomic applications, and many more. Dear friends from press and electronic media, and my colleagues from Ministry of Earth Sciences, India Meteorology Department, IITM, NCWF, and other organizations present here and joining online and offline. I once again, on behalf of Minister of Earth Sciences, India Meteorology Department, IITM, NCWF, and myself, extend a warm welcome to all of you for this very auspicious occasion. This occasion is marked as a history in the field of weather forecasting. It will be known for the years together in future that India is the first country who is bringing out a model with a resolution of 6 kilometers with an objective to provide better accurate forecasts, high resolution forecast to the last mile, and also the better services to each and every socioeconomic sectors.
not only IMD, it is also the other stakeholder in providing better services to the user agency. Now, this event would not have been materialized without the continued support and encouragement of our Secretary of MOF, Dr. M. Ravichandran sir. I request Dr. Ravichandran sir to kindly deliver his address.
Respected Honorable Union Minister for the Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh, my colleague Dr. Mohapatra, Dr. Prasad, Dr. Surya Chandra Rao, Dr. Patnaik, and Dr. Soma Sen Rai, and various stakeholders from various ministries, my colleagues from Ministry of Earth Sciences, press and media, other invitees. Very good morning to all of you. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here as part of this particular day, because this is one of the need of the hour forecast system. It has been developed by IITM. It is not only it is indigenous effort, it is developed locally, and also it has been collaboration with the various centers of our Ministry of Earth Sciences and academia, and also industry, because industries, because of them, we are able to install the HPC and other things. So basically, we are able to install the HPC. I think our Honorable Prime Minister has inaugurated the HPC in September. Then now we are able to implement the model, and we have published this in very reputed journals, and also we have validated this forecast system. So I think it is finally going to be operational from this monsoon season. So I congratulate the team from IITM and also various academia and our own ministry from IMD and NCMWF and others for bringing out this. This forecast system is unique because, and actually the uniqueness of the forecast system is since the tropics has a lot of chaotic weather events. So we need to develop much more higher resolution than other places, because the tropics weather changes both spatially and temporally chaotically. So I think globally, this is the first time we have able to implement this model, and we are going to panchayat level. So this is what I call always, it is a globally important but locally relevant forecast system. I think by implementing this forecast system, I am sure that both the spatial pattern of the forecast system, now presently we have a 12 kilometer, now we are going back to 6 kilometer resolutions. That means earlier we give maybe 4 villages of 12 kilometer area, we give one forecast. Now we can give each village, we will give a separate forecast. That is the meaning of this. So I'm sure that spatially we have tremendous improvement, and maybe many of the world meteorological organizations going towards this effort, and we are the first one to reach at 6 kilometer. I am sure in coming few years we will go for much higher resolution spatially. And more importantly, not only spatial, but also the framework has been set up now. This TCO code has been set up. So now more and more observation comes in, we can assimilate that so that we can further improve. By implementing this particular code itself, we are going to improve the forecast. Now we are going to assimilate more and more data in the radar and other system so that we can further improve in the coming years. So I once again thank all those who have developed this one and those who are involved in this particular system. I thank especially IITM for bringing out this. And I once again thank, because of the Mission Mausam, we are able to do this. I am sure that under Mission Mausam, we are planning to go for improving the weather forecast in the coming years much more because of the more and more observations. I thank once again our Honorable Minister for coming all the way for this important function so that it can useful to various stakeholders. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, please. Next, release of Rajbhasa. Okay, release. Yes, sir. Sir, one release book. Yeah. Oh. So our next item is release of IITM Rajbhasa magazine Indradhanush. That is 22nd edition. Thank you, sir, for releasing this magazine. Now, may I request our Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, to share his insights.
Secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India, Dr. M. Ravichandran, our very vibrant Director General, Dr. Mahapatra, Dr. Surya Chandra Rao, Dr. V.S. Prasad, and Dr. Soma Sen Roy, senior members of the fraternity, and also the staff members from IMD and the Ministry of Earth Sciences, ladies and gentlemen. So at the outset, I have to formally congratulate the entire team for the Bharat forecast system. And when I was seeing all this happening, I think my immediate thought was that this is simultaneously addressing more than one aspects which are very close in the priorities of this government headed by Prime Minister Modi. A, that at a time when India has risen to rank 4 in economy and has very evidently showcased to the world its technological prowess, we are also, in a way, asserting ourselves and our supremacy as far as our forecast system and meteorological capability is concerned. Second aspect, which is, I think, all these things go unspoken, is that Prime Minister keeps saying, "Make in India." And I think what better a model than this, the Bharat FS. The name is Indian, the effort is Indian, and the makers are Indian, and we have 3 gentle ladies, 4 rather. You could please get up, and I hope the audience will acknowledge them. So, keeping in spirit with the woman-led projects, which actually have now become a symbol of Prime Minister's emphasis on women empowerment. So at least I have the satisfaction to say, and also the confidence to say, that in the ministries related to science, we are no longer now empowering them. We are rather looking from empowerment through them. And in space, we have at least 2 or 3 important projects, including the solar project Aditya, being led by women directors. So also in DST, DBT, and now here also. And I have to congratulate Mohapatra for this. In fact, the turmoil, the turbulence that he is trying to address of the weather outside was actually happening here among the cameramen. So you can see the power of his meteorological activities. The third aspect, of course, is Atmanirbhar Bharat. As was being rightly mentioned by Dr. Ravichandran, the venture is, or the initiative is global, but the relevance is to India. And that, again, is something which the Honorable Prime Minister and this government has been reiterating over the last 10, 11 years. The fourth aspect, I don't know whether it's occurred to you, Prime Minister keeps saying Vikas or Virasat. And you are actually using cutting-edge technology to address the traditional vocations, like agriculture, like fisheries, which are known to India more than most of the other countries of the world. Because we have a very heterogeneous character. So I think, again, you have lived up to that priority of the Government of India. And finally, the whole of science and whole of ministry. As Dr. Ravichandran was very nicely putting it out, we have the Indian Institute of Tropical Medicine sitting over here. We have the National Center of Medium Range Feather Forecast sitting over there. We have the IMD sitting in the middle. And we have other academic institutions also which have one way or the other offered their. So it's whole of science, whole of ministry, and indeed whole of government. So why I'm saying all this to you is that while discussing science, possibly it didn't occur to you what a great esteem and pride you've done to yourself by living up to the priorities of the Modi government. The second aspect is that I think which we need to also tell others outside is that last few years has been a quantum leap in every area of science, including IMD, which is now 150 years old. And I think nothing more could make it evident than the fact that the IMD's 150th anniversary was graced by none less than the Prime Minister of the country. not very often the science celebrations or commemorations receive such high political attention, but this government has. And Prime Minister came there, spent about 2 hours, which suddenly has brought IMD into limelight. But the disadvantage is that people of Delhi keep complaining that Mahapatra doesn't give us the right forecast of the rain. So getting too much known among people is a double-edged weapon. But of course, that will also, I think, will be taken care of. We are very efficient as far as the monsoon predictions in Mumbai and Chennai are concerned, because we've already installed those. But we are in the process of doing so in Delhi also. But in a way, that means that people have now started having expectations from IMD. They are no longer indifferent. It's not like earlier times they would say, if the radio forecast says that mausam khushk hai, to means it will rain, so take it otherwise. At least that is not there. They now expect from us and expect us to be more accurate. And there has been a tremendous political support for that. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been possible. I was just discussing with Dr. Ravichandran. I think in 2014, the Earth Sciences budget was hardly 400 to 500 crore. And one day, I think very early when Dr. Ravichandran joined, I told him, I said, sometimes I feel like doing a survey, because I've also been, a researcher all my life, to ask the passers-by in Delhi, where on earth is the Ministry of Earth Science? And I'm sure many would not be able to say, because it's such a, inconspicuous, invisible ministry. But suddenly, because of the patronage from the political leadership, from the attention given to it, it has come into limelight. Mission Mausam, none less the Prime Minister talking about it, rupees 2,000 crore, which is going to be exclusive to India, and also opening up to the public-private participation. And therefore, one more suggestion, because to make ourselves relevant and to reach out to stakeholders, we also need to make them aware of what is there for them to be offered. So usually what happens is that when we open this ribbon, as was being done at the directions of Mahapatra, then you throw the ribbon on the side. Carefully do not drop the paper on the bottom, because people are watching. And let the books released go to the, if not dustbin, somewhere in the backyard. But what I just now saw, these books, these 2 pages, I'm sure the social media team is there, should take note of. They are relevant for the common citizenry. Mausam Purv Anuman Sevaएं. So this gives 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 areas, 20 sectors where IMD is relevant, not only for ease of living, for ease of working, for ease of business, but also from the point of view of the economy of the country. So if you go through, this monsoon, there is Viman, there is Krishi, there is Jal Yatra. So I would suggest that if we make small visuals, put them on the social media, on our Twitter handles. Unfortunately, many of us don't have the Twitter handles, so we started that campaign also. Because, see, you have a set of people who don't know, the other set who don't know that they don't know. So for those who don't know that they don't know, we started this exercise 2 days earlier, that we will, in such gatherings, ask them to take up their mobiles. And because this is how you would reach out to those for whom you are working all this. Otherwise, these 4 ladies will feel betrayed. Having worked so hard, nothing happened. And also the second page you must use. This is भारत मौसम विज्ञान द्वारा भारत सरकार की विभिन्न मंत्रालयों को प्रदान की जाने वाली सेवाएं. The first page is 20 sectors, and the second page is all the ministries in the Government of India. How are they being catered by IMD? Whether it is the Agriculture Ministry, whether it is the Space. And in fact, it is true that in 2014, when this government came in, the other ministries did not know what there was to offer. So the first thing we did very early, I think, soon after in 2014, after the swearing-in happened on the 26th of May, in the same Vigyan Bhavan, we had a 2-day brainstorming. We got all the experts from ISRO, Bengaluru, and had separate sessions with each of the ministries. For example, there were a series of railway accidents and they didn't know that we had the space imaging which could foretell a potential obstructing object even 10, 12 kilometers away and give enough time to the driver to apply the brakes. Similarly, many of them, then we repeated the similar exercise with atomic energy. They thought atomic energy is only meant for atom bomb, quite contrary to what Homi Baba used to say. So we made them realize how you could increase the shelf life. You could use it for also disposing of the sludge waste. And now it's picked up. In fact, I have a group of self-help group of women who are using both atomic energy as well as biotechnology to lengthen the shelf life of Apple and at the same time to double the production. So unless the stake is stuck and it is realized, it doesn't happen. So I'm sure these two pages kindly take down, the media team, and you could prepare slides, also infographics. And as Dr. Mahapatra was saying, this new initiative is in fact a remarkable improvement because we have already got short to medium range arrangements using dynamic core, the long-term system, improving correlation skills, and also the extended range prediction. And today, as I said in the beginning, as we are celebrating the India's rise to fourth economy, in spite of Operation Sindoor, because many prophets of doom said that now the economy will go back and to recover will take several years. And I think in the presence of the best tribute to Indian defense personnel is not let that happen. It's been a cost-effective military operation without affecting the rise of India's economy. And at that time, it gives me also pride to mention in the presence of DG, IMD and the Secretary Ministry of Earth Sciences that our figures point out that IMD through its agricultural and fishery dividends has yielded economic dividends to the tune of rupees 50,447 crore. So, if not to a very huge extent, at least to an extent, you too have contributed to India rising from rank 5 to rank 4 during all this saving which has happened. And therefore, and this Bharat FS is actually, as it was being mentioned by the Secretary, also a high-resolution global forecasting system with the rainfall events representation increasing by 30% and more accurate predictions of the extreme rainfalls, the thunderstorms, the cyclone forecast becoming more accurate, and most of all, for which I think I have to compliment IMD, and I think the message should go out loud and clear even in the other ministries. For the first time, you are catering also specifically to the panchayat level forecast. And that has been government's approach. Just as we started off with the aspirational district, I was part of that exercise when we developed those 115 districts because it was decided that we don't have to call them backward. They were not backward. So we had a very scientifically developed indices about 40, 43, health, education, cleanliness, and then a real-time competitive dashboard. So which district stands compared to number one in that index of the state, vis-a-vis national. And the result was that in just few years, many of those aspirational districts, they rose higher than the national rating of the given index in which they were lacking. So encouraged by that, we have now moved on to the aspirational blocks and then possibly also the aspirational villages. And therefore, to that extent also, we are now catering, as I said, to the whole of government approach, first time representing the welfare of the panchayats as well and making them also. So now, as was also now mentioned by Prime Minister some time back, that time, now of course we have gained enough compared to earlier 10 years. Now time has come to lay down the way forward to achieve the targets of 2047. So how do we go about that? Because of course we have proven enough to ourselves and to others that we have performed in the last 10 years much better than what it was in the earlier decades, and the figures stand out for that because we live in an era of evidence. So I think what is also very important, which has been gained, is the trustworthiness of the common citizen. Like I was saying on the IMD celebration, I said, now you have an app. In Bombay, if you have to walk out and your spouse offers you a umbrella, you tell her, you have the confidence to tell her, no, I'm going to hold on for 5 minutes because the rain is going to stop after 5 minutes. Because Mahapatra has provided an app there. So it has also led to improve in the household relations. Similarly, the farmer can decide when to sow his seeds, going by the app. And similarly, the fisherman can decide when to exit. So that trustworthiness has now happened, which was lacking. And this is going to be our asset over the next 20 years, how to build upon that. And how actually to also make up where by perception we may be lacking. So that makes it very important. The other thing I suggested, we could also have small quiz, some quiz programs through the social media to make people understand what we have and also understand from them what more we understand. And also make them understand where the gap lies. Like as I said, we are very good in monsoon prediction in Mumbai, Chennai, because we have a certain equipment in place, which we are in the process of establishing in Delhi. But this needs to be communicated in a very free-frank manner to build up confidence. So that by 2047, I think our target should be not only to raise our meteorological capabilities, but also to ensure how much would we be able to contribute to India's economy when India rises to rank 1. And contribution, in case of IMD, is at 2 levels. A, by saving on the potential losses through your efficient forecast. And B, by increasing your potential gains by helping the farmer, by helping the fisherman, by saving on even on the household umbrellas. So I think that is going to be our target for 2047, so that we also have the contribution that we too contributed in India, raising to rank 1. Thank you.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Minister for the inspiring address, sparing his valuable time. Thank you, sir. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present a memento to our esteemed chief guest. To do the favor, I request Secretary MOEF, Dr. Ravichandran sir, to kindly present the memento to the Honorable Minister of Arts Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. Thank you, sir. May I now request our DGM IMD, Dr. Mahapatra sir, to kindly present the memento to Secretary MOEF, Dr. Ravichandran sir. Thank you, sir. To express our gratitude to all who have contributed to the success of this event, I invite Dr. Soma Sen Ray, scientists, my colleagues in IMD, to deliver the vote of thanks.